How's it going today here at Nomad Mobile Maintenance? Today we're working on a 2017 Kia Sorento. Now the customer states that the battery dies, it's just not charging. So we're looking at the charging system, just some things that we're going to point out before we get into looking at that charging system. Tires all the way around look great. Suspension looks pretty nice all the way around. But if we look at the rear brakes, we can see those are low. I would recommend getting those brakes and those rotors replaced just off the discoloration on those rotors. If we come around to the front, we can see that the front brakes are not as bad as the rears. Whoa, too close. Not as bad as the rears, but we can't say they are getting low. They look to be about a 4 or a 5 millimeter, so those are going to be definitely needing to get done in the near future, but not as soon as the rears. If we look at the engine over on this side, we do seem to see a bit of a front cover leak. I don't know its severity. Also, we did notice that the maintenance says that it's about 12,000 miles overdue. Possibly just it got forgotten to got reset. It was forgotten to have been reset. But that is something to keep in mind. If that oil change needs to get done, I would definitely take care of that, because that's a great way to keep these engines running for a long time. As well as when we started the engine, we did hear a little bit of rattle, and that can be a sign that something maybe else is going on that could be a serious problem. But we are currently looking at the alternator not producing any voltage. The battery is at 11.56 and steadily going down. And if we come in here and look at the scan tool, we can see we have alternator field, terminal circuit low, alternate circuit control, or control circuit. And those codes tell me that the alternator is not exciting. Now, that can be caused by a few issues. If we grab the flashlight and we look down there, we've already checked to see that the alternator is connected and is capable of putting voltage back into the battery, which it is, which leaves us to that connector right here. And what we're going to be doing is checking this connector to see if it is capable of transmitting voltage to the PCM so that it can know how much voltage it needs. And if we can check to see that those wires are in good shape, we would probably say that it's needing an alternator, but of course we're going to be looking at the diagnostic steps to verify that. But that's usually what we're going to be looking at next, is going to the PCM, which on this vehicle conveniently is right over here. We'll get that checked out and let you know how it goes. All right, so we finished doing the testing on the circuit, and what we did was we disconnected the connector down there on the alternator. We've got it plugged back in to see if maybe something had changed after we had tested everything, but everything is showing that it is a faulty alternator, especially being that we have a P0625 code. If we just had the P0620 code, we would suspect that it's going to be a wiring issue, but we did check the wiring, PCM, cluster. It's only 4 wires on the alternator, and all of those both checked for voltage being correct, and they passed. We did a wiggle test, it passed. We did a pin fitment, that passed. We did a resistance check just in case maybe the voltage was lucky or something, but everything is showing that it is a-okay, and that 625 code is making it so that we have in fact a bad alternator. Not too crazy, not too interesting, but that's what you got. Thanks so much for joining us. This is Nomad.